Hello everybody. So today we are sorry for the stuttering, but I know my channel's been a little slow. So today we're back with another video after a while, after like a couple weeks of not uploading. We're joined here by De'Sean. So this is our first collab video. If you want to see more, make sure you click that subscribe button, leave a like on the video. Today we are watching a video called 100 Men versus 1 Gorilla. And we're going to be seeing who's going to win in the fight. So, yeah. So this is a little weird because, like, we got one headphone. Well, like, one earbud. And, yeah. And it's, like, not a wireless earbud. But this is going to be my first reaction video with someone. So, I'm used to doing it by myself, but this will be interesting. So, yeah.
I truly believe... I truly believe we in the era where people are just bored. I mean, who thinks of 100 men fighting 1 gorilla? Let alone, who thinks like this? Like, why would you want to fight a gorilla, you know? But I will also say, the first... I give my input. I'm just let the video play.
Honestly, because I would never think to fight a gorilla. I would never want to fight a gorilla. That's the last thing I would want to fight.
What would it be? 100 gorillas and 100 humans? That's a bad sight. I think we just live in a world where people are just bored.
And people do anything for entertainment.
Yeah.
People watch anything for entertainment.
It's almost like that dress. That dress thing, was it blue or gold? It was all on Facebook. Steve, you remember that? Where the dress was, some people thought it was blue, someone was gold. And I just think, like, humans just...
I barely be on Facebook, so I never saw that.
Yeah, Facebook is definitely for old people. That's why I said Steve, because he is. Look at him in the back.
Like, I have it, but I don't use it. I'm mostly on Instagram and... YouTube, which you could go follow me in the description. But
all right, let's get to this video. Let's get to it. All right.
My earbuds about to fall off.
It's no intro. We about to get straight to it. Like, here.
It is the primate debate that has social media monkeying around. How many of these are we going to do, guys?
Monkeying around is kind of crazy. That's crazy. Hey.
Bro, classic monkey joke. Just classic monkey joke.
Monkeying around
and why is the volume a little bit low? Look in my ear.
I can fix it for you. Let me see if I can fix it for you. Let's do the volume. Oh, it's no volume. No volume. That's just how it is.
Okay, well, I'm gonna manage.
Who would win in a fight, 100 men or 1 gorilla? People have been kicking this question around all week, especially on social media, including up in our newsroom. We actually debated this because there's nothing else to talk about this week, right? So we wanted to get the perspective of an expert. Shannon McFarland is the science director at the, I hope I'm going to say this, Dan Fosse Gorilla Fund. I hope I said that right. And an associate professor of anthropology at George Washington University. It's good to have you with us. Thank you. I guess... You know, I remember when people were saying who would win in a fight, Batman or Superman, and I was like, you can't do that, nor would I want to see them fight. But in this case, who do you think would win, 100 men or 1 gorilla?
Would win it, but only because of kryptonite.
Well,
That's
first
how
of all, thank you so
Batman's
much for having me. And
The only reason why Batman win is because of kryptonite.
I don't want to get off the topic, but Batman and Superman should not even be in the conversation of fighting. It's just like... Why do people bring up these scenarios where this man is a superhuman, beyond super, almost godlike, almost?
He could punch through multiverses.
Yeah, and it's like Batman is a human being with gadgets, and Superman can destroy.
And somehow Batman's winning. But also, I heard that Superman, he's punched the universe so much he rebooted the entire DC universe, which is crazy. When he was like a kid or a baby or something like that, like he rebooted the entire DC universe.
And that's the stuff that
with
I'm
just
talking
a punch.
About. So you got people that's punching universes, and then you got Batman that put on a cape and running around with human speed and jumping with human speed and got guns and cars, and he can get punched and then die, like, or get shot by a criminal with a regular gun.
The only reason why Batman's winning is because they make Batman overpowered for no reason, and they have him use kryptonite.
It's so dumb.
I know.
I have to say, I love talking about gorillas. So for me, it's really been fun to see how this question has captured so much fascination on social media. And it's actually an interesting question. And I think we'd be tempted to, at first, to say the gorilla would win, because as the largest living primates on the planet, a silverback male gorilla in particular brings just a lot of power to that fight, right? They have tremendous upper body strength. They have really strong jaws, large, sharp canine teeth. So they probably do very well in a matchup against one human or maybe 10 humans. But humans also have other advantages, of course. So we are known for our endurance or our capacity to sustain activity for a long period of time compared to other mammals. And of course, we're also just really good at coordinating our behavior. So I think it would really come down to just the sheer numbers here. Don't get me wrong, I think there would be some very unlucky humans in this fight. But if the humans were being strategic, maybe taking turns or approaching the gorilla in waves.
So this is the thing, like, what's the scenario, right? If we're talking fist fight, then I don't think the human's gonna win. If we're like talking about like if a human has like ranged weapons,
No.
Like whether it's melee or ranged, then the human's gonna win.
This is
than the 100 humans. So like, what's the scenario here? Like, what are humans using, and then what are the gorillas using? Well, I mean, gorillas, but like, what scenario are we putting the humans in? Are we like weapons, no weapons, maybe only knives, only guns, maybe? Like, what are we using?
100%. I really think the humans could win. She make a good case that probably the first 10, the first 15 is gonna sustain injuries or death. But I think as the fight continues, I think the gorilla, the endurance of the gorilla is gonna subside, decline. So I think like with me, I want to be the probably third, fourth wave of human beings that's jumping on this gorilla. So just say the first 15, I want to be the last like 10 from the 90. Maybe I can kick the gorilla or something. But I think how we could beat this gorilla is put the crash dummies out first, tire the gorilla out, then look for weakness and
that's another thing. Like,
look for the weakness.
Is it every human like at once, or is it like one at a time?
No, one at a time is no. We all dying. Because you have to distract the gorilla while he's beating up the 10 humans and ripping their heads off and doing those, the other 90 or the 40 jumping on his back and,
By the way, I just want to tell you guys something. I know nothing about animals nor gorilla, so I don't research animals. So I'm not like I'm not a zookeeper or anything. I know nothing, but I think I don't know. I think I don't really know.
I think overall the humans is gonna win. The humans is gonna win. She make a good case because as the fight is continuing on, the humans, we are adapting to the fight. We've always done it throughout history up until now. Even with fighting other humans in wars, we adapt to what are our enemy tendencies, what they like to do, what they don't like to do, and 100%. Even we do it in society. We don't even have to fight somebody to learn tendency to learn what a person like, what a person don't like. So, yeah, humans gonna definitely win. But if it was about 20 gorillas and 100, dang, and 100 humans, I think the gorillas got a chance.
But I wish they okay, this is the scenario of the situation.
No guns.
That we're putting the humans in. So what, face fight?
Yeah,
Face
fight.
or knives?
No knives.
Bruh. Because me, I'd carry throwing knives and going at the gorilla, headshot.
No, because
Headshot the gorilla, that's what I do. If I was fighting a gorilla, because actually I'd probably be scared.
If 30 humans get on top of this gorilla and grab it, the gorilla is still mortal in the sense of it's a mammal that gets tired. He's going to get fatigued, and so
and humans can get that way too.
Yeah, humans can get that way, but remember, it's 100 humans. So he can have a wave of the first 20, 30 of humans, but he still got 70 left. And they all jumping on this gorilla at the same time because you're not going to go one-on-one with a gorilla. You feel what I'm saying? So it's the gorilla is done for.
Honestly, if I had to fight a gorilla, I'd probably run and try to get out the cage. If it takes place in a zoo, I'd probably just try to find a way to get out the cage. Help. I need help.
Yeah. That's a good point.
I'd probably run. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
I don't even want to fight.
We'll let Steve get caught.
Be whoa.
I think unfortunately, over time, the gorilla would probably get pretty tired, and ultimately the humans would win out in that fight.
Right.
Yeah, but I think just a good rule of thumb is anybody who pounds on their chest like that, don't fight them. And also, I'd want to be the 50th or 60th human in.
That's what I said.
That's what
I
I've
know,
been thinking
right?
about it. But science aside, we're joking here, but you are an expert in this particular field. So one just quick question. Do you find this a silly, sort of a dumb thing to even talk about? I know it brings up the topic of gorillas, and my next question is a serious one for you, but did this amuse you this week?
It did amuse me, and I think it really, it goes back to that long-term fascination that we've had with gorillas, and I think it also brings us to this interesting contrast between how we think of gorillas as these ferocious animals that are often depicted in movies versus how gorillas actually are in the wild. And they're really much more like gentle giants, as we sometimes call them, than they are these ferocious animals that are depicted in movies.
Right. So A, let's not fight them. And B, I have this question for you. The fight you say we should be talking about is gorilla survival.
Yes. And it's true that humans have historically posed a threat to gorillas, although not in the way that we're talking about right now, in other much more serious ways. So through decades of habitat destruction, activities that lead to the degradation or the loss of the forest that the gorillas live in, through hunting and many other more serious risks to gorilla survival. And so as a result, today, gorillas as a whole, including most subspecies of gorillas, are considered critically endangered, which is really just one small step away from extinction. So the mountain gorillas that I've spent most of my time studying are represented today by only about 1,000 individuals remaining in the wild.
Wow.
So that's one of the things that I think excites me about this renewed fascination with gorillas is because it's coming at a time when we are facing the very real risk of losing this incredible animal from our planet.
Well, I think that it's a horrible thing you just described, but I'm glad that we have this silly debate this week so we could talk about something real like that. Shannon McFarland, thanks so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Google still.
So yeah, like the lady said, humans have always adapted, and we have a chance. I don't know why this whole scenario is going viral. It goes back to the whole thing. I think humans get so bored. That gorilla is pounding on his chest, living in his habitat, not thinking about a soul. You know what I'm saying? He's thinking about his next meal. He
Yeah, the gorilla really don't care.
got fleas.
A little fight.
Flea,
humans. But
The gorilla probably gonna run away. Let's be real. You know, my question is, 10 gorillas versus 100 humans. That'd be interesting.
But if you make it mad enough, then like, other than that, the gorilla's probably not even gonna care.
Right.
Enough to even want to fight you unless you make it mad.
So, with that being said, y'all need to figure out something or do something more productive. This whole 100 gorillas versus the 100 humans, it never gonna happen. This is not Planet of the Apes. All right, it's not gonna happen. So, it was a pleasure to react to this video that's been going on. I got my man Jerry 313. I mean Jerry.
Bruh.
What's his?
Jerry 807.
Oh,
Okay.
Jerry 807. It was a
Bro,
pleasure.
He always getting my name wrong.
It was a pleasure to do this reaction video.
Yeah, it was a pleasure doing it with you too.
But
Just stop being bored, please.
Stop being bored. This not Planet of the Apes. This not George Lopez.
This is not Animal Planet.
This is not Animal Planet.
This is not Madagascar.
Madagascar. This is not Jungle Boy. This is not Tarzan. This definitely not Tarzan. I mean, I'm married with kids. Shoot. I mean, kind of Tarzan. But it was good. It was a pleasure to react to this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button for Jerry 807.
Yep.
You
like
already
and subscribe, and if you want to see more videos with him, let me know. And we'll see you on the next video.
Yes, it's a pleasure.
Peace.